Hello, Wellness Universe. It's me, Claudia, here with you for one more interview with our authors for the new book, 25 Tools for Transformation. Coming up in July 8th, we'll have the launch of this amazing book. I cannot wait to have those in my hands. I know it's very special, and I don't know if you guys are following us, if this interview series here, but all of the interviews are available in our feed here. Hi, Jeanette, how are you? So all of our interviews, it's available here in the feed, so whenever you want to watch it, and make sure you have contact with our authors, know more about their lives, what they're doing, about the chapter, the tools they're sharing in this book. Hello, Seb. Thanks for joining us. So while I'm waiting for Theresa and Claire that will be joining us today for the interviews, I'm going to send this live for a few people that I have here in the Wellness Universe so that they can join us. And I kindly ask you to do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. I'm going to try to invite her and also Claire. Let's see how it worked. Theresa, I'm gonna try to invite you because I can't accept yours. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes this kind of things happen here in Instagram. And let me see Claire. I don't know what's going on. I can't accept yours. And I'm trying to send to you instead of you send it to me. Let's see if you got the invite. Yeah, me too, Jeanette. It's saying they are unable to join. Sometimes this things happen here on Instagram. I don't know why. Let's try one more time. Yay! There she is.
Okay.
Technical issues sometimes happen, right? Yeah, I tried to, Jeanette saying that I went to both Theresa and Claire Marie. I tried to invite Claire, but I don't know.
It wouldn't let me on, so maybe it won't let her on.
Theresa, if you could just put it down your camera so I can see your pretty face. Yeah, I'm still only seeing your, yeah, okay, great.
Okay.
Let me see if I can invite Claire as well. Join us. How are you, Teresa? Thank you for joining us today.
I'm fine. The internet's not exactly fine, but I'm fine. How are
Too
you?
much energy, right?
So,
I'm doing well, thank you. So, while oh, she's here. Yay, Claire.
Oh my goodness, is this actually happening?
Yes, it's happening.
Wow, I was so scared that I had missed it again, and oh my goodness. Yay, I'm so glad to be here with you, Claudia.
Likewise.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfectly.
Wonderful.
And you have Teresa by your side, so I'm very happy, thrilled to have you guys today here.
Oh, good.
It's an honor for me.
Fantastic.
So today we'll be talking about the chapters that you girls wrote for the 25 Tools for Transformation. I was inviting people to join us here because I have a feeling, I know all the books, they're so special and they are like treasure for me and for all the people that had the opportunity to get in contact with those. But I have a feeling that this one is like really, really special. So, for instance, if that's the first time that people are joining us here and never heard before about the guide of complete self care, the series that Anna created, I think that this would be an amazing opportunity to dive in and to get connected with the wellness universe.
hey, I think so too.
Love
So,
it.
Therese, talking about your chapter specifically, expectations. Why are you creating what you don't want? Why? I think we'll be talking about this, but the majority of the time, we humans, we are thinking, we're focused, putting our energy in things that we don't want instead of focusing what we really, really want deep inside ourselves. Why do you think we do that?
I think because we get caught in a loop, we start thinking about, oh, that person was really mean to me. And we think about it over and over and over again. And then it brings to us that same thing, that energy that we were putting out, we bring it back to us. The stuff we don't want is what we're focusing on instead of focusing on what we want. We're so silly.
It's like the fast way for suffering, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there's also that we don't know what we want. We're so interested in hearing what we think we should be portraying, what we think our expectations should be. We don't sit with what actually is that we want, right? We have an expectation as a family person, as a business person, we don't ever just sit down and go, okay, well, what is it that I want? So we start manifesting and trying to manifest things that aren't in alignment.
Yeah.
And so we end up bringing those things. And it's Theresa is who we're on with as well. So Teresa's talking about that and then we focus on those things that we don't want. And it continues to perpetuate the space that we're in. And that derails transformation.
Yeah. Exactly. I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday, and that exactly mentioned that this our job is just know what we want. The how and when does not belong to us, belongs to the universe. But we need to know what you want and what you don't want, right? To separate it and to navigate into that and focus, like what Teresa is inviting us. And I think that's really important because the more we talk about this, we get aware about it, as you're saying about, yeah, we are kind of silly, but we are aware of that. And then we try to go to a different path and then focus on what you really want because you're gonna eventually, as you said, manifesting, created because you're worshiping, you're thinking about that like nonstop, and eventually it's gonna happen, right, Teresa?
I think also we get so focused on what's happening right now in life that we don't think about, okay, we do want this thing over here, but I'm focused right now on the stuff that's happening, and it's not what we want. So we don't focus on what we really do want because we're so busy with life that we sort of let that go. We're just on earthly plane instead of thinking, taking time. We don't take time to take a breath. We don't take time to reflect. We don't take time to decide, okay, this is what I want to focus on. This is what I want my life to be. Instead, we're focusing on all the little silly things, all the traumas, all the hurts. We focus on that stuff instead of what we want.
And how do you think we can do this shift and to be now, no, okay, I've been done that for, I don't know, for so long, or for instance, a person that just joined us here. How we can make like, no, right now, from now on, I'm going to make it different. I want to focus in what I really want. I want to create what I really want.
I think setting a time to reflect, like having a specific time, like maybe when you brush your teeth, or maybe just before you go to bed, and refocus on the positive. What do I want in my life? What do I want to come towards me? Instead of focusing all the stuff that we don't want. But if we don't take time to actually allow ourselves to reflect and decide, oh, yeah, I really want to be working towards a new business. I really want to be working towards moving. I really want to be working towards feeling more fit. Whatever it is, we need to take time to actually focus on that. So we need to schedule time to make sure that we have an opportunity. And if we don't allow ourselves that opportunity, then it sort of just goes by the wayside. Oh, next week, I'll work on that next week, instead of just take 5 minutes, 5 minutes before you go to sleep, or while you're brushing your teeth, or, while you put your socks on. That's your job. But put your socks on, you're thinking about that. Whatever it is, make a specific time for yourself.
I love
That's
that. Yeah, on a daily basis, right? Like anything you're doing, you can just like go for it and rehearsing as well in your mind.
yes.
Mhm. Well, and it's actually taking the time. There's so many people that are so busy, but what are they busy with, right? There are some things that you're gonna have to let go of
Mm-hmm.
in order to make space for that. And it is the thing that's most important in your life. If you're not directing the show, then you're letting someone else direct your show. And when you take that time, like Theresa was talking about, to sit and be quiet and be still, you're understanding where that whole lead authorship comes from. What do I want to make my life look like? And some of that isn't, I've got 10,000 of these things that I want to do and I don't have any time to just be. I don't have time to think or be present. So letting go of some of those things, and that's hard to do. That's hard to do when there's an expectation and an obligation. And
Yeah.
so being prepared to let go of some of those things that actually don't fit and paying attention to those things that do. Shifting the perspective is really important.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and also in the chapter, Teresa, I like that you just Claire said about the word expectation, because sometimes expectation bring us to a level, to a point that eventually, if it does not happen the way we thought, we might be disappointed. How we can use the expectation in our own benefit? How can you use that in a positive way for like having hope or going forward? As you're saying, giving like these tips for people put this in their daily basis. But how can they like have this mindset and use these expectations in a good way?
Part of it is focusing on positive instead of negative. So um, if you're thinking about, oh, I broke my leg, that's so awful, I'm not going to get over it. Okay. Well, instead of focusing on that, it's like, okay, what could I focus on that brings me joy and happiness? It could even be looking at the flower outside, or planting your garden, even though you can't walk right now. Just focus on what brings you love, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. And it could be the smallest thing, watching a grandchild, watching a puppy. I mean, even if it's just watching YouTube videos of those silly puppy things, and people are cracking up because or even little babies, who just start laughing, 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 laughing. Just something to change your mindset and focus on even the simple things of what you love, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, and just do small steps. okay, today I'm just going to think about my rose. I have, a bouquet of flowers. I'm just going to look at that for a little while and think and be grateful that I got a bouquet and just love being in love with those flowers and the feeling that I get with them and focus on that and be that little step of moving towards what I want and not looping and entrenching and spinning in what you don't want, spinning in the negative and the expectations that, oh, that's going to happen to me again. No, instead, focus on the expectations of, I'm going to see beautiful flowers. I'm going to see cute puppies. I'm going to see little kids that are playing and giggling, and focus on even the little things. It doesn't have to be a big thing. I'm going to buy a new car. I'm going to buy a new house. I want my whatever it is. And just focus on the little positives, and it will start making your shift in your mindset that will help you get focused on programming for the positive instead of focusing on all that negative stuff that we start spinning in it and then don't get out. A little cyclone, you spin in this negative and you can't get out of
Mm,
it. So instead, focus on just little things that bring you joy and happiness. And that changes your expectations.
I love that. Amazing. And that brings us to your chapter, Claire, because it's let it go, all the bad stuff, and let it flow, everything, the abundance that's gonna come to your life.
Absolutely. Letting go is huge. Letting go of those expectations, those things that you don't want, right? Letting, instead of being in the weeds, trying to claw your way out of certain things, get your butt in the middle of the river where you can see everything, including in the distance, any of those things that you're scared of that are going to happen. Give yourself the opportunity to have a whole view so that you can say, you know what? I'm in a space where I can look at this rose. I'm in a space where I can look at these puppies. I can embrace and enjoy this because I know that I'm in flow. I know what I want. I am moving towards that expectation, and that I get to write that script, right? And it's when it's a line and we have a knowing of what it is that truly energizes us. We have the ability to um, energetically bring that into our atmosphere. And like Theresa said, you start making time for it, things start changing, your mindset changes, and you start creating a different path.
Hmm.
And that it's huge. And taking some responsibility for understanding that we have to make that time happen. It's not just gonna, we only have so many hours in a day. We get to choose how we want to spend it.
Yeah, exactly. And what I love the most that the connection of you both chapters is all the things that you're saying. It's pretty much make us stay in the present. We have to be in the present, here and now, to be aware of that. So whatever you're doing, like, okay, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm thinking about being positive, but I have to be now. I cannot think about what happened before in the past or the future that I don't even know how it's going to happen. So I feel like when you're saying about all of this of letting flow, it's just like, okay, I everything is all is well. I'm here. I'm in a safe place. Let it go, all of that. Let it flow. Things that I want for my life. And one thing that I like also that you're saying in your chapter about this surrender, right? About being like, I out of control, I'm gonna just like do my part and like meditate and do what is in my charge here is just like be in this state of like all as once again, all is well, but I'm gonna surrender.
Yeah, surrendering to universal power. There's a lot of people that let go and let God, right? And that's getting into that alignment. and understanding that in that alignment, everything that's supposed to happen will. And we get to monitor that, and we get to drive we get to be in the center of the river with, adjusting the rudder, but working on the things that we need to work on and then letting it go, right? Being able to let go of all of those things that are an expectation for you, on you, that isn't yours. Surrender to what is and what you need to look at and what you need to do in order to keep that movement going. So you're not stuck in and really stagnant in your life.
Yeah, I love that. And diving into your tools, Teresa, can you share more? I love that you give us like this amazing tool that everybody can put like in practice today, right? I finished this time when I'm gonna start doing this, but can you share a little bit more, just a taste for about your tool in this book?
The tools is mainly realization that you're not on the joyful path you want to be on. Okay, so stop, hesitate, take some time and figure out, number one, what is joyful to you? What is happy for you? What does make you feel wonderful? Figure out those things. Okay, now what's stopping you from going to be on that path? What are you doing that's blocking you? So realizing that you're listening to the past where people were saying, oh, you're not smart enough to go to college. Oh, you can't drive. You're just not able to do those things. You're not worthy enough. Those things you need to stop and say, is that my truth? No, let it go. Let it go. And realize that you're being programmed by stuff outside. Let that go. So that's the taking the time to reflect. And then, okay, this is the joyful path I want to be on. What am I doing to stop me being there? So I think that's the main thing, but also just giving it up to the universe. It's like, okay, this is where I want to be, and I need to let go of this. I need some help. I'm going to call on angels. I'm going to call on my spirit guide. I'm going to ask when I go to sleep that be swept away from me, whatever it is that you can do to let that garbage go and stay on the joyful path.
Love it.
I think that's the main thing.
Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, while you're saying, I got so many goosebumps. I don't know if it's transparent. If I'm gonna answer what you're saying, I know it was questions for people to think, but what make me feel happy right now is being here with you, because it's amazing have this opportunity to have this conversation, interview authors like you girls. They're really making the difference and showing your vulnerability and having this kind of deep conversation that we know that eventually gonna really transform ourselves. Like I feel like ever since I have this opportunity to join the Wellness Universe and doing these interviews with all of you, I'm just such a better person, not just a better journalist, but above all, a better person, a human being.
I like how, and a lot of things, even though they don't seem similar, a lot of the chapters dovetail into each other.
Yeah.
Like ours dovetail into each other because it's just, okay, this is a perspective. Okay, that makes sense. And then you add another layer, add another layer, add another layer to make your life better. And it can be anything from um, not focusing on losing weight, focus on being yourself, focus on your true essence, focus on not listening to the commercials saying you have to be thin, whatever it is, that all those things start dovetailing into making you a better person, a more happy person, a more joyful person, because all those things are tools. I love that they're tools. And what makes sense to you, you keep, and what doesn't make sense to you, you let go. But it's such a great book for helping people to find their way to their joyful path. And it just layers, layer, 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 layer. All those tools give you such a great source to make your life more joyful. It's just amazing. I hope people read the book, even if they just go through the table of contents and go, okay, I want to read that one and that one. Even just 2 chapters would change their life.
100%. Yeah. It's going to be a bestseller. We are confident about that.
I think so.
And what about you, Claire, about your tool? Can you dive in a little for us?
Teresa's absolutely right. They all dovetail. And it's because hopefully the 25 of us have different perspectives and we have a truth about what this is, and they work together. When I talk to my clients, I'm just giving you a tool bag. Lots of things to try, lots of things to taste. Which one of these works best and at what time? And you can always pick up the book again and try something new. Because I use instead of guides, I also call them the elements for that space of surrender. What is it that you're getting hung up on that's keeping you from being in your flow? Finding it and using one of the elements to help you let go of that, to dismantle it in whatever way, whether that's burning it in fire, the sand blasting it to nothingness, whether that's washing it away with water, using the elements as something that helps you process and dissolve those things that you can see. Oh, I need to get to that center. I need to get to that alignment to get in my flow.
I love it. Yeah, and this authentic alignment, you're saying about connecting with our essence, your higher self, uh, leads all of this connection that Theresa was saying about I want to create what I want. I know who I am. I don't need these patterns. I'm not here to follow a recipe because this is my own journey. It's individual, it's a process, and I'm doing the best I can to living my best life and connect to this joy because it's like very high frequency, right? The joy when you're joyful and your contribution to the world when you are like being like a positive mindset and being spreading this energy. So I think all of that is connected as well.
Yep. Right on.
Beautifully said, Claudia. And that's what it is. The more we live in those higher frequencies, the more we live in higher frequencies.
Yeah.
The more you find joy and peace and gratitude, the more you see joy and peace and gratitude. And there are hard times, and no one's denying that. Being alive is difficult. But it's also beautiful and amazing and spectacular. There's always those beautiful puppies to look at and the babies giggling. And there's so much beauty in life that we forget because we get so into the day-to-day that we don't take the time.
Yeah.
So everybody take the time. You're worth the time. Your life is worth the time.
Amazing. And we know that this book is not just 25 tools because we have more than 25 tools for transformation. Not to mention that we have the transformation journey that people can join us as well in the Wellness Universe website. So I can wait for the launch. So on the 8th of July, the book will be launched at Amazon. So people have to take your copies, whether it's a PDF or a physical. I prefer the physical. I'm like old school when it comes to that. As Theresa was saying, like it's so special. I like to use an oracle. So okay, let me see what the universe has a message for me today. So I open, oh, I'm gonna use this Theresa tool today, or I'm gonna use Claire tool today for what I'm expecting to happen this on my day. And then, well, so very once again honored to be here with you girls. Thank you for making me feel with a lot of joy. Right now, my heart is beating like really fast and full of gratitude and joy. Thank you.
You. Thank you for hosting us and allowing us to share.
Yeah.
Yay.
I hope to see you girls in my future soon. I'm gonna manifest that.
Thank you, Claudia.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Oh, Clara saying I can hear you.
Sorry, I muted it to make
Yeah.
sure that I was Not making noise. I was just saying thank you to Wellness Universe for having us come together and hosting this time. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.